Okay, we are live and welcome back. Welcome back for the pre-match show of today's 100 Women's Tournament match, and that is between Southern Brave versus Invincibles, Oval Invincibles. And as we all know, that both the teams are going through a winning streak. Obviously, Southern Brave, the only team that have not lost any single match so far in this season. They have won 4 out of 4 so far. And for Oval Invincibles, I think it was Shrish, I think, who commented last night that they are the team that looking that they are peaking at the right time in this tournament because after two back-to-back losses they registered two back-to-back wins, and now they are looking to continue that momentum, but it will not be easy because obviously against them a typically informed team. Because for Southern Brave, obviously I think Lauren Bell has been superb. She has also become the first player to reach the 50 wickets for in the women's 100, so that's a huge milestone for her, and she has been superb. I think the consistency that she has shown, I think it has been brilliant. And obviously, we have to talk about Sophie Divine also. I think with her all-round brilliance, the fitness that she has brought this time, I think she is looking superb. And that is, then me, Trishadi has spoken a lot, I think, about her fitness and how important that will be for New Zealand going forward to that World Cup. Because ultimately, everything that is happening right now, it's all related to that World Cup. But when I mentioned the World Cup, there is a huge chance that tomorrow we can get the squad for the World Cup also. The squad for the Women's World Cup, India's squad for the Women's World Cup can be announced tomorrow. So we will keep you updated, and definitely we'll go live on that tomorrow also. So obviously you guys please join and we'll discuss about that. But there's a huge chance that tomorrow, along with the men's Asia Cup campaign, obviously the announcement of the main squad for the Asia Cup will be announced, and then we can also get the women's squad for the Women's World Cup that is going to happen in India and Sri Lanka. So that's a big update that will definitely keep you updated of whatever we get from there. But right now, all focus on this match, Southern Brave versus Oval Invincibles. And in terms of toss, the Invincibles have won the toss and opted to field first. So Southern Brave are batting, and I think again all eyes will be mainly on Dora Woodward at number 3, and then obviously at number 4, Sophie Divine. Let me check the playing 11 if they have made any significant changes. No, as I mentioned, Laura Albert at number 3, Sophie Devine at number 4, and obviously don't forget two openers, two experienced openers, Danny White and Maya Boucher. So if they manage to give a good start, I think easily they can put a score around 150, 160, and I think that would be enough for them to defend, and it will be a huge start for Oval English because we are facing a quality bowling lineup, which is led by informed Lauren Bale. And obviously, apart from Lauren Bell, Chloe Chan will be there with the ball, and she can be handled with the bat also. And obviously, Tilly Cotton Coleman, who can forget those four-wicket haul in the last game? She was superb. This youngster, if I'm not wrong, she's 16 or 17 years old. So I think the youngster will be key, and she will look to do again well. I think the more you do well in this stage, despite being so young, in terms of age, I think that will be beneficial for her, and obviously a surprise for the opposition team. So we have to keep an eye that how today, how today Oval Invincible handle them, how today, handle mainly the spin threat of this youngster. But for Oval Invincibles, I think what Trishati mentioned, I think the role of Lauren Wilfred Hill needs to be clarified. I think she needs to come out with a clarity that okay, this role I am going to play either the anchor role or maybe the aggressive role. I think that will definitely help her and obviously help the upcoming batters also, especially with when it comes to Meg Lanning. Meg Lanning has been superb. I can still remember the first game where we discussed that she looked a bit rusty, though she ended with a good strike rate. But at the start, she took some time before playing those aggressive shots. But as the tournament has progressed, we have seen that she has somehow managed to get back that rhythm in her batting, and ultimately if you see the last 2 3 innings she has managed to score from the start on. So I think that's a very huge positive for her and obviously for the team also. But still, when it comes to the experience of the captain Lauren Wilfield Hill, you expect more from her as an individual batter, especially when she is opening. So I think that is an area that she needs to work on, and that will be beneficial for the team, especially when they're going to chase today. And obviously, Alice Caps at number 3. She will be she is also coming after a good knock, and I think Trishadi mentioned that in a previous slide that I think it's been after a long time that she has played back to back two fantastic knocks. So she will look to continue the momentum because she will definitely try to be in a good frame of mind before going to that World Cup, and she is most likely to get a place in the squad, right? So that's the part. But okay, I think some of you maybe are maybe thinking that why Trishadi is not there. Trishadi is traveling. She will be. She is most likely to be available for the post match. So for the pre-show, only I am today available. Okay, let's see if there are any comments. Otherwise, we have to discuss. We will discuss. Okay, as of now, there is no such comments. We'll wait. Okay. Okay. Okay, for over invincible, as I mentioned, obviously the batting will be key because you have to bat well, especially while chasing. Madison Cap again, on her bad day, she concedes 24 runs, as Tushar mentioned several times. I think with the ball, she has been fantastic and she will be fantastic, I hope so. With the bat, she has played some cameos, I will say, 20s, 30s, but still, I think again today she can have a big role while closing the innings because ultimately you are chasing. And if you are chasing around 140 or to 160, I think hard role will be key in the death overs. So to get a success in this match, I think your top five batters, obviously Winfield Hill, obviously Meg Lanning, Madison Cap, Alice Capsey, and Paige Schofield. And Schofield had been superb. There is a chance that maybe Oval can try Schofield up the order and as a captain, if Winfield Hill thinks that okay, I can manage the innings in the middle order, I think that can be a move that can try. But right now, after two back-to-back wins, I think they will not to make any certain changes in the way they have played, with the way they have played and won those games. So I think that is why I think we will not see any particular changes in the batting lineup. But still, as I mentioned, that all these five batters need to come good today while chasing the target, whatever the target is. Otherwise, it will be difficult for them to win this game. Okay, but when it comes to the bowling department, clearly, the Southern Brave bowlers are much ahead of experience, of current form. In terms of current form, in terms of experience, they're much ahead because Amanda Jade Wellington, we all know how good she is with the ball because she plays a lot of franchise cricket. She knows the conditions and she's a very crucial part of any team that she is playing, especially in this format. I'm not saying in the 100, I'm in shortest format like T20s and obviously the 100 also. So I think she will be key. But apart from her, Sophia Smollet has been decent, but not like she has been very lethal. But again, I am saying that as a team, if they manage to perform, they can upset Southern Brave and can hand it them their first defeat of the season. But it will not be easy because Southern Brave as a team has been superb. And the best part of their victories has been that their senior players who are expected to do well in because all the experience that they have in the international arena and all. So that is why they have managed to win those games. Because if you see single-handedly. You can say that Sophie Devine won two games to them, and she was even the player of the match. Even I think in the last game she played fantabulously, both with the bat and the ball. But I think she was not the player of the match. I think it was Danny White or someone because Danny White also scored a 50, a good 50. If you see Laura Ulbert played that excellent knock. Keep calm, composed, and finish the innings. And what you expect from your senior batter, from the South Africa captain. And the best part in this team that you have two captains, one not really your captain, but two international captain. One is South African, obviously Sophie Devine, New Zealand captain. So I think as a team, they have jailed well and they are looking fantabulously well. And I think apart from London Spirit, I know London Spirit have suffered a defeat, but I expect them to maybe come back quickly and you know and may continue on a winning streak again. But the way I think London Spirit and Southern Brave have played, I think that these two are more favorites for the title this time around. But I think right now, obviously, in terms of stats and all, in terms of not having suffered a defeat as of now, I think Southern Brave are the favorites to book a place for the final because, as we know, in the format of the 100, the top three teams gets prioritized. The first team that finished after the point at the points table gets a direct chance to play the final, and the second and third place team plays against each other for a spot for the final. In the eliminator game. So that is why I think Southern Brave are looking favorites in either in any of those three positions, along with London Spirit and one team, and I think the fight is almost for the one place. I think that is what that other teams are looking forward. Okay, but Okay, Maddie Villiers, I think another player that we have to talk on. I think she has been pretty impressive also. Another good option going forward. But again, as I mentioned, that the players like Maddie Villiers, the players like Coleman, they need to be consistent enough. I think that will be more surprising for the opposition, and obviously a surprising package for your particular team to use in defined phases. And another opportunity, another option for the captain to use according to the phases of the game. So that is what I believe that that will be beneficial for Georgie Adams. And I can remember that some of you guys mentioned that how impressive Georgie Adams has been as a captain. But I think it is same the same thing. I think we have been talking about Charlie Dean also when they are winning, right? After three wins, I think we were thinking that Charlton has been super, but after that one loss in the last game, questions have started to arise, about her captaincy also. So I think again, when this team will suffer a defeat, then the challenge might come, and then we have to see how Georgie Adams makes an instant comeback as a captain, as a team. So I think that is what you needed, and that I'm not saying that for that she needs to lose today. Obviously, who wants to lose? Because you are on a roll, 4 wins, out of 4 games. You will love to continue that momentum, and hopefully, you will want to be the invincibles, not the world. You will want to be the invincibles. Not losing a game and completely winning the tournament. But as of now, I think George Adams has done pretty well because her players have performed whenever she has gone to a player, be it the experienced one, be it the new ones, they have taken the ball, they have taken the responsibility with the bat, with the ball, and stood up for the team, and that is what you needed from everyone in the camp, everyone in the team. That is what happened so far for Southern Brave. Hopefully that continues, but who knows? Anything can happen. So let's see what happens in today's game. Let's see if there are any such comments. Okay, once again, such comments. By the way, yesterday doubleheader. Sorry, we couldn't come for the post match because so many matches were going on. The tennis and football. Obviously, after derby, so many videos had to publish, so we are busy with that. But we can discuss about those matches before wrapping up the show. Mm, if you see, yes, Kira Chatin played an excellent knock. Was a player of the match. And London Spirit on London Spirit won that game. So as I mentioned, that Charlton's team made a solid comeback, and that is what you needed because they managed to bundle out the opposition for 76 runs, and I think Birmingham Phoenix the tournament is done just like Wales. I think they must be pretty disappointed with the kind of team they have, but this is what it is because nothing has gone, according to the plan for them because they had batters like Georgia Ball, Emma Lamb, Ellis Perry, the all-rounder, Amy Jones, you know, Aim Aldor. So I think they were expected to do perform better, but somehow they have failed to do. And another game, DND Dotting was fantastic for Manchester United. It was a thrilling win for Manchester. I think they won, I think, if I'm not by 2 or 3 runs. Which Yes, they won by only 5 runs. Yes, they won by 5 runs, and it was thrilling win, 51 not out of 26, and that is why me and Trisha are talking about since the day one of this 100 tournament that we all know how dangerous she can be, and finally she has come up with the bat. But do not forget to mention the fielding efforts that Manchester United put up yesterday. I think they were fantastic. I think they were fantastic because the catch that Dana Totten picked up, and I think the Ifai Morris catch, near the boundary line, I think that was fantastic also. So overall, I think it was a brilliant display, and it was a much-needed win for them. So that is it. But now all the focus is shifted to today's match. That is between, again, as I mentioned, that it is Southern Brave versus Oval Invincibles. So let's see. Oval Invincibles would also want to continue the momentum after 2 losses to back-to-back wins, and they will look to continue that momentum. But for Southern Brave, they have not suffered a defeat so far, so obviously they will not want to lose that momentum. But the law of averages also there, so something might happen, and who knows? Just see the example of London Spirit. They suffered a defeat, but they came back, roaring. They made a roaring comeback, and that is what you needed. That the characters you needed in the team after suffering a defeat suddenly. So it's an excellent comeback, and that is what you needed. So let's see how they do. Please, enjoy the match. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. And obviously, we'll come back for the post match show, and hopefully, Trishadi will be also there. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's meet in the post match.